So it's been a rather long time since I've done a video. But in my defense, it's been a long time since you've done a video too, Missy. So last you heard, I was composing the music for Rabbit Hole, and I'm proud to say, and relieved to say, that it's all done, considering the show opens tomorrow. So if the music wasn't done, that would be kind of a problem. So after I finished the music to Rabbit Hole, I had to find players to record the music for me. I had a great recording engineer already on board, and I had, 3 great string players that were all professionals, and they all bailed on me in the last week right before the recording session was about to happen. So at the last minute I had to find student players at school who would be willing to learn the parts on short notice. And the music's, pretty easy. It wasn't anything that would have been difficult to learn in a week, but when you're a college student and you've got 1,000 other gigs going on at the same time, learning this, random interlude music score thing, mabob, would have been difficult for anyone. And it was an interesting experience. So, it was a very successful failure. I guess the reason I call it a successful failure is because I did everything that I could possibly do. I had the parts done on time, I had players notified way ahead of time, but due to, circumstances outside of my control, things just kind of went Rah! And after the recording session, when I was sitting down with the recording engineer doing the mix, we both just kind of looked at each other and said, is it too late to use MIDI instruments? Because the players, don't get me wrong, the string players who learned the parts on short notice did such a good job for the time that they were given, but it just was not at a level where I could, in good conscience, hand it to a director and get paid for it. The actual recording session, though, was really fun, and it was my first experience, doing something like that, having to communicate with a recording engineer and a whole ensemble and conduct, which conducting is one of my skills that I really need to work on. So I was getting my feet wet in whole new ways, and it was really fun, and I'm proud to say that I think that I have what it takes to be a good composer, conductor, rehearsal leader, and I am going to tell you why. When it comes to rehearsals, there's a certain ease and grace with which I hold myself. I'm picking up the viola. I just stabbed myself in the face. I can explain to my performers in a gentle manner exactly what I want from them. If you guys do not hold that half note through the whole measure, I'm going to shoot you. I can command a rehearsal and get the attention of my performers in a professional and mature manner. I'm known for giving the performers effective analogies that simultaneously explain what I want from them and also put them at ease. For those forte pianos, I want you to envision that somebody is slapping you in the face. I'm always honest with my ensemble.
Wait, I'm out of 41. Get me out of 41.
I lied. I meant I wanted you out of 43. I'm always polite. Whatever.
Is that why we haven't gotten it?
Shut up. An important quality in a conductor is the ability to count, and I'm proud to say I have that quality. Page 5 goes before page 6.
Yes.
Overall, even though the recording session didn't go exactly as planned, I know better than to throw my arms up in the air and get all pessimistic about it. Although certain percussionists who shall remain nameless, named Joshua Humley, don't know what a cutoff means. If your musicians are annoying you, just remember, it takes 42 muscles to frown, but only 4 to reach out and smack them in the head. Now, after the recording session is when the real work happens, and that's when the real pessimist in me comes out. And if you're somebody who's seen me around in the last week, you've probably noticed that I've had the facial expression of a very tightly wound, possibly paranoid person whose head is filled with small but angry little animals, ferrets maybe, who at any moment were going to explode out of my skull directly through my eyeballs and attack you. So to sum up, we had this recording session. It went well, and by well I mean terribly. Well, I don't mean terribly, I mean... there was just really nobody to blame for how the recordings turned out. I can't blame myself, I can't blame the players. I can't blame the recording engineer. You know, no, that's not true. Actually, I know exactly where to place the blame. I place the blame on stupidity. Americans are stupid. There is no other explanation for the wildly enthusiastic reception that this nation gave to the Taco Bell Chihuahua. Think I'm being harsh? Do not make me remind you that this is the nation that gave us hip-hop music, a genre of music that requires essentially the same amount of musical skill as burping, as well as concert acts by Britney Spears, whose concert act consists of cavorting violently around on stage wearing pants cut so impossibly low that you begin to wonder whether or not Britney Spears is in fact an anatomically correct human being, or if she had some of her key organs relocated to other parts of her body. I mean, this is a nation that doesn't even know which part of a baseball cap is supposed to go in front. I don't know if I've made any kind of point in this video. I have a tendency when I talk to start at point A and never ever quite get to point B. Instead, I get lost in this myriad of ideas in the middle, but I'll leave you with this. Rabbit Hole is premiering tomorrow at the Gallery Theater in McMinnville, Oregon. If you're in the area, you should definitely check it out. I have to say, the music's gonna be pretty awesome. Tickets are $13. Oh, yeah, hold on. Tickets are $13 for students and seniors. It's $11. And, yeah. It runs March 12th through April 3rd. It starts at 7:30. It's gonna be cool. Check it out.